All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Bernard Moore III with More on the Road, presented to you by More Sports Management. I'm here live at Forest Hill High School, 2607, Jackson, Mississippi, for the JPS annual Dad Summit. It's a summit where we're talking with men of fathers of JPS students here talking about mental health, financial wealth, and just opportunity for men can socialize with each other and share different ideas on how we can help our youth here in the city of Jackson. Because you know we have a lot of things going on within the city of Jackson. Got a lot of crime going on. Got a lot of killing, burglaries, stuff that doesn't need to happen is going on here in the city of Jackson. As you can see, yes, I got my Forest Hill Patriots basketball shirt on. I'm a former Rebel here back in class of 1998, so it is a good opportunity to be back home to show some love for my school, my district, with all they have provided for me. I want to thank the principal here, Mr. Torrey Hampton, for allowing me to come here and sit up and do what I do here. But I know it is a part of the summit for JPS. Congratulations to the 100 Black Men of Jackson, as well as I want to say some other foundation. I don't know the name of. I think it's the Kellogg's Foundation. That is a part of this 2022 JPS Dad Summit. So taking place here to 12 o'clock. Dad's Health is a school as well, so we need more men. Even if you don't have children in JPS, you live in the city of Jackson, definitely be a part, or the Hinds County Metro area, be a part of what's going on here at JPS. But joining me today here is some good friends of mine. Well, a good friend of mine and a new friend of mine that I did not know that we played high school football against each other. But even though they beat us, I'm not going to hold that against them. That was an issue because that was the only school that we did not beat my tenure here at Forest Hill. We could not. I beat everybody else except Brandon. It was the only school that I did not beat, but I'm glad to have him here along with one of the assistants of him himself. I have with me Mr. James Hobson, owner and founder of the Mississippi Lakers, along with coach. I don't know her title, so I'm not gonna say. She has many hats and stuff to fill, so I don't even know. I'm just gonna say Coach Thomas.
I'm the only Ty Crane. I'll be one of the players on the team.
Player development. Hold on, we find you a coach, player development, player, organizer, training. So that's it. You had so many titles, so they might just put your picture, you the face of the Lakers, as you want to say.
A loose cannon, as the co-owner called me,
Oh, wow.
Miss Geneva Hobson. I'm a loose cannon.
Okay, we got Mr. James Hobson, owner and founder of the Mississippi Lakers. How you doing today, Coach? If it's okay if I call you, I just got a habit when we're dealing with sports, I call everybody Coach.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. What type of assignment we're looking for the Lakers this year? I know you've been questioned before. Why the Lakers?
Well, basically the Lakers came about because everywhere LeBron go, I go.
So why don't you call the Mississippi Lady the Broncos? Because he went to Cleveland, Miami, Cleveland, Miami, back to Cleveland till they started calling the Mississippi Lady Bronze.
That was a thought, but
Now I know one person you want to get any support from if you do call him the Mississippi Lady Bronze. I shall not mention his name, but the story behind it is that when he came down for a camp at Jackson State with Mo Williams, who was a great here in Mississippi. Now he's the head coach over at Alabama State. He came down. Somebody tried to do an interview with him, and his reaction, like he just blew him off and kept on going. But then he said he was not here to do interviews. He was here to support Mo Williams. But it's still a way how you handle things. Don't blow people off because you need the media. But I applaud him for the things that he's doing off the court with the school as well as with providing scholarships along the line. So he's doing a lot of stuff off the court. So I applaud him for that. But a lot of people don't like him on the court. Well, all the above. That's my new nickname. I'm call you all the above. What is your expectation for the Mississippi Lakers this year?
To win on the court and off of the court. And what I mean by winning, of course you want to win games on the court, but off of the court, you want to win the most with the community. And that means getting involved, doing fundraisers, outreach for the children, and just being an impact and bringing the community together through our team and our efforts.
Yes, now see what we hear now at Forest Hill High School. We here at Forest Hill High School for the 2002 JPS Dad Summit. That is something involved in the community. Putting together this opportunity for men to come together. When I say men, but we still need the women support as well. So don't think
That's
it's
right.
all just men, but we still need women support because egotistic as some males are, we feel like we know everything. I don't know everything. My wife helped me out a lot, and I need other assistant help. So, what you saying that be a part of the community is dealing with ladies. We need not trying to knock the women, but we need more men in the community to show strength. But
Right.
that the women on that side as compassion to show love, because men need to taught how to love sometimes too.
Right.
So, is that something that the Lady Lakers are looking to do as well as teaching some men how to love? Because again, we don't know how to love always.
I'm pretty sure we will as we expand. Really, I want to thank 100 Black Men for even doing the Dad Summit here. If there isn't a 100 Black women out here, maybe the Lakers can start 100 Black women. I don't know. We can equal up.
You heard that now. So she's looking at, they say they want to do something 100 Black women. Hey, that's an idea. That is something that is dead.
We need 100 women for the 100 Black men.
So again, the Lakers can go ahead and spark that out. So that's something you do. Now, Mr. Hobson, now you see all the above of it is adding more to your plate as well. And I know that you have this young lady that's standing behind you. Is definitely here to support you in all that you do. I know most of all the events that we've been together, I've seen that she's there to support you as well. I said we need that lady support.
Exactly.
So what is her role? Or is she just here to give you a pat on the back, or as I say, one of the ones that's behind the scenes saying, hey, you're doing something wrong, you need to straighten it up, or I like what you're doing, hey, high five. Now don't be doing that old mushy stuff now out there in public. But it is good to show affection.
Right.
It is good to show affection.
Right. Well, she's definitely, been my backbone through all of this. I mean, she helped me basically, gave me information, gave me basically the information to start this. We picked each other's brain apart, and she was just there, and I thank God for her.
All right, now, not trying to get too in debt. Now, how many times has she told you you wrong? You wrong for what you did?
Oh, I'm always wrong.
Now,
That's 95% of the time.
Even when you're right, you're wrong.
all right, and I know that you guys are still putting the team together. I know we just had the previous workout this past Saturday, and I know that you're opening back up again.
Right.
So how is putting the team together coming along?
So far so good. We found a few gems last week, out of the bunch. So hopefully this next tryout we'll find a few more.
Now, all the above. Now, I know you previously asked me off the air in reference to finding a young lady with big shoes. Now, I know that y'all are still searching for a coach to lead the team as well. Now, let me say this. Now, I applaud the way that you all handled the workout. They said you had a few candidates that interviewed, and then you had them the opportunity to interact with the player as more as an on-the-job interview, where they work the players out and they coach the players as well, saw how they interact. Did y'all see anything with that with the coaching wise?
We did, but we're looking for a coach who is more firm and can carry out the responsibilities that that takes a little bit of stress off of the owner. So pretty much just solid coach, solid players, and I kind of want to backtrack too on our team of support. Mr. Jojo Ronald Turner is our basketball of operations. He's also one who is helping recruit and make sure everything is established. And we also have Miss Allison Waters, who assists. She's an all the above too. Human resources. She's one of our observers, and she's also helping us to put a strategic plan together so that we have a solid foundation on both ends.
All right, now, the key word of this, that this is a team.
That's correct.
Now, you doing all the above. You're a former athlete yourself. You're a former coach athlete yourself,
That's correct.
as well as yourself, Mr. Hobson. Playing wise, did you feel that you can carry the team by yourself sometime?
Actually, if I have to be honest about that, in high school, I did.
It's no problem with that. And sometimes some people look at that as athletes that their egos are way bigger than what they expected. And sometimes you have to have that to help the team gel together, help build
It's leadership.
the team. Yes, it goes back to leadership. And some people on the outside look at that he's arrogant. He's not a team player. He's this, he's that. No, it is just some of my teammates are not carrying the load, so I got to do it. So I see why you like LeBron, because LeBron had to do that when he was in Cleveland, as well as, I can't say Miami, but when he went back to Cleveland, he got a little bit help,
That's
and now
right.
he's trying to do it with the Lakers,
Same
and
thing.
it's not happening. Now, Coach, all the above. You as a former athlete, did you ever feel that you were the one that had to carry the team, or you had help on all the teams from high school to college to pros or whatever? Did you ever feel that you had to step up and carry the team?
I did. As crazy as it
Don't
sounds,
say the team name now. I want people talking about
I'm not. High school, college, all consecutive years, I was named captain of my team every year. So it was automatic that I had to carry that load. So if another player did something wrong, I got chewed out for it because I'm supposed to be the leader under the coach. So yes, I know what that load feels like. And eventually you start chewing your teammates out because you don't want that pressure anymore. So yeah, I can be a
Again,
pit bull.
Again, this is more on the road, Bernard Moore presented by More Sports Management. We're here at Forest Hill High School for the 2022 JPS Dad Summit, talking with Mr. James Hobson and Coach Arlisa, all the above Thomas. Now, with you saying you had to carry a team, did playing sports help develop you to become a coach? Because you was almost like up under the coach, like you was a player on the floor, but you still coach. So did that help develop you? Did that inspire you to become a coach?
It didn't really inspire me to become a coach, but it inspired me to give that same method to players whenever I ran into them, whether I was coaching or not. And even though coaching fell into my lap, I did exercise that same teaching method with players.
What about you, Mr. Hobson? Did playing sports inspire you to? I know your main goal as growing up as especially as a young athlete, you want to go play. You want to go to the profession.
Right.
I know sometimes God has a little different direction for us. That was my whole instinct. I want to go play professional.
It's not too late.
So, what led you to the position that you're in right now?
Really and truly, after my playing days were over with, I seen a lot of athletes that really didn't get a chance to go, whether it was college or to the next level. So basically, I wanted to just come up with an ideal to give, if not men, women, a chance to, further their careers. So that's how the Lakers, came about.
I'm still gonna go back to the point. Why the Lakers? You couldn't.
I asked him the same thing.
He could have did the Sparks.
I know you have a creative mind. Be creative. Why the Lakers?
Just tell him it may change next year.
Apparently, that's where his heart lives. All of the above.
I'm putting you in the spot with that. Like, hey, it's yours. Is whatever you want it to be. Now, if I was a female and I'm not a Lakers fan, I'm a Bulls fan. If I had an opportunity to play, come on, work out, I'll play for the Lakers. I'll wear a Lakers jersey. Like if Jerry Jones or the Jones family called me and said, hey, we want you to come work out, I'll go down there and play that. I only like that. But the only thing I tell everybody is this. There's three things I like about the Dallas Cowboys. They gave me my first opportunity to work in the NFL. They drafted a good friend of mine, Jimmy Smith, and a good friend of mine. She was a Dallas Cowboy, and I rag both of them about that all the time. But that's the only two things I like about the Cowboys. Anything else, they'll be all right. So, but if Jerry Jones or Stephen Jones, they call me and say, "Hey, we want you to come work with us one time." Guess what? I'll be on the first team to 4 Texas early. And guess what? They don't take it. So again, I know, like I said, we knocked about the like, well, hey, like I said, it's your creation. That's your baby. So whatever you want to call it, is up to you. But again, just don't do nothing real too extreme with it. Because you got our support for it.
Thank you.
Now, what's next? What's upcoming next for the Lakers, the Mississippi Lakers?
Tryout, the last and final tryout, and then season. So everyone should start seeing where we will finalize our roster. We're gonna get into workouts, player development. The ladies are gonna have orientation, where they're gonna receive financial literacy, media training, everything that they need to learn to become a professional is going to be offered at their orientation because we want the ladies prepared for the season.
Why is it important for them to have media training, social media, as well as financial literacy right now? Why is it very important?
Well, one, this is a semi-professional team, and the purpose of that team is to prepare for further level basketball. So that means WNBA, overseas, and those are some of the things that they require. You have to have a profile that pretty much shows who you are. Your social media is almost like a resume for you. That's what everyone looks at. So if your social media isn't showing, good points of who you could be as a person, that could be your opportunity up. So it's important that the ladies know what to put on social media because that's what's going to represent you. And as far as financial literacy goes, because the ladies will have contracts, it'll be good to know how you need to spend your money. So just having those things in place, I think, will help the players off of the court. That way, we don't have to have those talks because you have the wrong thing on your page or it's making the organization look bad.
All right. With that, are you guys providing opportunities for them outside of basketball? Because like I said, you can't play basketball forever. Tom Brady thought he was going to play football till he turned 50. He retired at 44. You had some individuals still wish they could play. So are you
Right.
preparing them for outside of basketball as well?
Right. They'll be prepared for that as well. Even when we do our community outreach, a part of that is networking. So we will, run into businesses who may need people after they finish with the season or even during season because some ladies will still be working while playing on the team.
Right here, this is more on the road with Norman III, presented to More Sports Management. We're here at the JPS 2022 Dance Summit here on the campus of Forest Hill High School. Mr. Hobson, now let me ask you this. Do you wake up sometimes or go to bed sometimes like, what the heck am I doing?
That's a good question, James. That's real good. That's a good question. What about you, Janine?
Really and truly, no. I mean, because I'm excited about what we have going on. In the beginning, I was always wondering if I could handle it, but now I'm glad that we stuck it through.
And sometimes do you feel like, said, man, forget this stuff, just throw in the towel, walk away?
Nah, I've never been that type of person or athlete. So if I give up, I mean, it's just so many women and female athletes that I've been giving up on.
And I know that you're an entrepreneur, you have your own business as well. As an entrepreneur myself, sometimes I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I feel like, man, forget this stuff and just walk away. I feel like pulling the Ricky Williams. Just walk away and go to the jungle somewhere and just sit there and just live in nature. Just be at peace with myself. But I know that that's not what God called me to do. Is God called me here to make a difference. And not trying to insult your religious belief or get into it. I don't know what your religious belief is, but I'm just going to ask. Has God told you that your family back is doing a good job? for. I know it's going to. I know it's going to be hard, but I still want you to go forward. Have you had those conversations yet?
Yes, I mean, I've had conversations with God, and I mean, it's pretty much confirmed what we have going on. So, I mean, it's full speed ahead.
Now I see you all this smiling out there, but who have you been listening to?
Well, my mind is creative, so when he was saying that God talked to him, I just pretended like I heard his voice and said, you know, God said, "You're doing good, James."
Is how, Ms. Hobson, how has support been around? Like I said, I know that I said you have your family with you as well as part members of the team as well. How has the support, not just from your inner circle, but your outside circle, the community, the business, some cousins that you ain't seen in a while, but they see you doing some stuff. So, how has that been?
It's been awesome. It really has been awesome, and the staff that I'm working with now. I mean, I didn't know any of them when I first started, but you know, we had our first meeting, and it was like being around family. So it all just worked out. But support from the community been good. I mean, everybody's pulling for what we have going on, and
Yeah.
just waiting for season tickets.
Now, with that family, you know, family fall out sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you as the head of the table, how many times have you had to fuss at them? And I see Miss Hobson looking at me she kind of twists her eyes at me, so I'm looking at you, Mr. Hobson. So how many times have you had to, as I say, put your foot down? Or have there been any times when you had to do that?
Well, my wife, she pretty much do it for me. You know, she pretty much, you know, does all that for me. So I don't have to do it.
Now, as I always say, behind every good man, that's a strong good woman.
Get him,
So-
Geneva.
So
Get him.
that's what
Get
that is. So now, Mr. Hobson, I'm gonna let you know this now. You owe me dinner afterwards because I paid you all the rest and you passed on the back. Again, this is Quick Warm on the road with Bernard for the third presented to by Walmart Sports Management. We're here at Forest Hill High School at the 2022 JPS Dad Summit. Now, Mr. Hobson, with you being a father figure, I see that you have your family here as well. How now we finna step away from basketball. Let's talk about life. How is it important for a male to be, especially in young child's life, whether it's a male or female? How important as a strong male to be in their life?
It's very important. I mean, you know, with me having both of my parents, you know, coming up with both of my parents, it made me make decisions in life that, you know, probably would have went different if I did, you know. So I think it's very important. I mean, having both, you know, to see the love, to see the work ethics, to it's just a blessing to have both, and it's very important.
Yeah. Now, I finna go back to your hometown. I know you graduated from Brandon High School, home of the Mighty Bulldogs. Yeah. I got one of my supporters. She has a restaurant in Brandon, Country Heavenly Sweets Custom Cakes and Country Kitchen on 1911 Highway 471. So if you go back home, go down to it's on Highway 471. It's at Marathon gas station. I think it's 1911. You go in there and say you want the beef or crunch. I'm trying to brand this chicken sandwich after me. So it's a chicken tender barbecue sandwich. She said it's a barbecue chicken tender sandwich, but I'm trying to steal it and brand it so it's gonna be named after me, called it Be More Crunch. So next time you go down there and ask for Miss Regina Bell to tell you what to Be More Crunch. Yeah, she's a Cowboys fan. Dude. I pray for her.
Come on, I pray for her.
She's a Cowboy fan. But again, if you ever in Brandon, go to 1911 Highway 471 and check out Heavenly Sweets Custom Cakes and Country Cake. But she makes some good cakes too.
Okay.
I haven't tried one though. Trying to eat different, trying to stay away from all this sweets. But I haven't tried one, but I'm gonna definitely try it. Now, all the above. Now, what are you guys looking for? Now, as you're going to be, like I said, all the above, what type of players are you all looking for to fill these roster spots?
Players who can fulfill the mission of the Lakers. Whether that's having the mentality to work hard and carry out everything on and off of the court. We're just looking for those solid players who are passionate about the game and passionate about carrying that mission out.
Now, with that, I know, like I said, you're still trying to finalize your coach. I know there are different type of strategies in playing basketball. Some say, hey, I want to be an outside shooter. I want to be a running gun. I want to be a defending team. I want to stay on the blocks. What are you guys looking for? What type of team or chemistry that you're looking for? Because me personally, I want to showball. I want cutters. I want to play hard on defense. I want to run. That's just me. But see, I'm not the owner, the coach of the league. So I'm saying,
Right.
what are you looking for, Mr. Hobbs?
Just really me, myself, just people that are
Chemistry.
passionate about the game, that want to be there, want to play, and just want to make the Lakers better. That's pretty much all.
Right.
What about you, all the above?
That chemistry, you kind of said the answer in the question. I think that chemistry is very important on the team, and when you have that, you know what each player can do, and they'll automatically, do what they're made to do. So a shooter know when to shoot, a cutter know when to, take those cuts. So as each player learns one another, and a good coach is gonna know where to position those players so that they can exercise their chemistry.
Now, I'm going to go back to something that you stated earlier, all the above, for teaching the young ladies, the team about social media, media, and money literacy. What about their personal life?
That's gonna be a part of it too. Etiquette, and just simple living. Simple living. And that's important because you don't want the outside life to affect how they are on the court.
Now, and also, I know, just within this area, sometimes female sometimes can go down in the wrong direction. Now, as I said, I don't know if are you going to be the mother figure of them, or are you going to leave that up to Miss Hobson? She going to be the mother figure, or are you going to be the father figure to them? Like, I know this previous boy said you had a young lady try that was 55.
Right.
Right.
Now, with that, as an owner, now, I should, me personally, even I was just talking with the gentleman downstairs with the 100 black men, and he complimented me on how my sons react. I said, when I talk to youth, I'm treating them just like they're my sons.
Right.
I'm
Right.
gonna talk to them just like they're my children, because they are. You can say literally they are, because they are a part of what I'm a part of. So,
Right.
are you gonna treat the young ladies that same way too?
Exactly. I mean, speaking back on the 55-year-old, when I ran a rec league in Byron, she was actually one of my players for one of the teams I had, and actually she was one of the better players. So to me, I mean, age and all that plays no role when you think it's about heart.
I'm what? I think I'm 42. I know I've been through so many accidents right now, and my body is like, hey, forget it. But I'm still gonna come out there and play. And I said, if I was a female, then I was still trying. I would still have that drive in me. I still definitely like to come out and try. I would kind of hate putting on that purple gold though, but I still will be a part of it. Now, again, with that saying about being a father figure to them, I know, not trying to get in deep into anybody's background, some of those young ladies that come out, basketball is an outlet. Basketball is a way that they how to handle stress. And I said, we were just talking about this in the dad summit about how we coping with stress. What's your outlet of coping with stress? Are you guys providing some type of mental health counseling or training with the young ladies as well?
That'll be a part of it as well. We're still connecting with businesses on just trying to see who's willing to come out and speak to young ladies. But every aspect that you can think of that they'll need, we're gonna make sure we provide it for them.
All right, now, let me put the camera on myself because I want them to see this. I'm going to talk directly to them. Marion Counseling Service. I'm going to see your invoice soon.
Okay.
Now, my wife, she works for a counseling service, mental health counseling service, and that's what they provide, mental health. And I said, I'm giving them a shout out, so I'm going to send in my invoice too. So that's what they provide. And right now, mental health is an issue that some of us
It
don't want to
is.
talk about. Because actually, I was talking with the owners of the Mississippi Raiders, Mississippi Raiders, Mr. Germany, and he was telling me about a young man that was about to commit suicide
Mhm.
because of the situation, what was going on. And that is very important. So definitely a mental health expert is definitely needed because us as, I'm going to speak race now, as Black Americans, we don't go talk to them. We don't want to sit in no chair and
Right.
tell them about our problem because for one thing, we feel that somebody's going to talk about us. We feel that somebody's going to laugh at us. Somebody's going to say that we're weak, especially men.
Right.
I know sometimes I don't go talk to a counselor. I need counseling. Not saying that I'm kind of loose in the head, no. But we all need counseling because especially the things that we see, got me sitting in front of all this purple and gold, see it's driving, it's messing with me mentally. But I'm just joking. Yeah,
Look.
yes, mental health is very important, and especially dealing with in this profession, especially within in our activacy group. Again, you listen to More on the Road with Bernard Moore III. We're here live at Forest Hill High School, home of the Mighty Patriots, at the JPS 2022 Dad Summit. Mr. Hobson, what is a community expect? Well, first, I know that we talked, you're still trying to land a location. Have you narrowed anything down about where the home games are going to be played?
We're still in the works with all that. We should know something pretty soon, though.
Are you looking for a humongous gym, or are you looking for you want a small gym so that you can sell out every home game?
In all honesty, it really doesn't matter. Just somewhere nice where we can, bring our fans in and they can feel safe and we just have a good time.
All right. Would there be a prep squad, dance team, or?
Well, I actually brought that up the other day.
I see someone, they kind of turned their head and walked away, so.
Dancing girls, get ready.
So you hear here, so they will be having a trial sometime for dance team. So stay tuned. Follow them on social media, facebook.com/Mississippi Lakers. So definitely stay tuned for it. So I apologize if I'm throwing somebody in front of the bus right now. I just want to file for my CDL license. I haven't got it yet. So my apology if I did that. So what other source of entertainment we'll have along with Mississippi Lady Lakers?
I know we talked about trying to either having a cheer or a dance squad. Other than that, we'll just have to get together and see what we can basically come up with. That's for something that'll be later on down the line, but we definitely have to get together and discuss it.
I know we spoke earlier about the 100 Black women, so I'm going to have to go find the president of Mr. Ricky Jones. I'm going to introduce you to him.
Okay.
So Mr. Ricky Jones, he's the president of the local chapter here, and see if they have a 100 Black women organization, and say that the Lady Lakers want to start that. So we definitely.
I'm gonna tell you, 100 Black Man really impacted my life as a child. They were the first organization that handed me a basketball. They came to South Delta Middle School. No, it was elementary school when I was younger, and they handed gifts out. They were handing all the other girls a Barbie doll. And one guy got to me. He said, let me get you a basketball. I'll never forget that. It really changed my life. So I would love to meet the director of 100 Black Man. Love to meet him.
I know our call talked to him yesterday in reference to the event. So yeah, they are a good organization.
Yes, they are.
And I like some of the things they're doing, especially dealing with scholarships and mentoring our youth, because we definitely need that. Well, see, I'm throwing some stuff on this. So excuse me again. I got my CDL license. Pulled out, so that won't be upset at me. Would there be any type of mentorship program, especially with the young ladies here? Basketball camps, anything along the line with the Lakers?
I definitely, it will be. That's something that we're going to improvise. Again, it's just a matter of us putting the right people in place. Even if the 100 Black Men can, be a part and help us execute some of what we're trying to do and mentoring females, or some of them may have children, or we just may even want to partner with them when we do our community outreach.
Again, this is More on the Road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More Sports Management. We're here live at Forest Hill High School, 2607 Raymond Road, Jackson, Mississippi, at the JPS 2022 Dad Summit. Mr. Hobson, now I know we're throwing a whole lot of information out there now, so when you go back to the meeting, tell Ms. Hobson don't put the hammer down on the staff because of some things that you said that you're trying to do that they were a little bit lacking. So tell her don't throw the hammer down.
Right, exactly.
Do I need to call the police? So hopefully, no, that we don't have too much really what's going on. What is something that you have in store that you have in mind that you haven't shared with them that you like saying you putting the pieces together in your mind? Now I know I'm probably saying some stuff, so don't get upset at me.
Right.
You got something in your mind that you want to share with them later.
Not right off.
Oh.
I have to kind
It's
of
up in there.
Have to keep that on the wrap for right now.
Oh, now I'm gonna say this now. I know. Hold up. I got 5 individuals here. Y'all been playing Family Feud, haven't you? Like, say, good answer. So we playing. Well, welcome to Family Feud. Wow. So in reference to the community, now, Mr. Opsom asked you, growing up in the community, and you see like being an athlete, and you saw basketball. We're gonna stick on the female side.
Mhm.
How has basketball, you think, young ladies growing up to play basketball, is there a major need for, and then you see the talent, some of the talent now, is there a major need for to develop them at a very young age and help them grow, or you think what they're doing now is fine with female basketball?
What they're doing now, I think it's fine. It's just in Mississippi, period. I mean, once a female athlete leave high school or college, there's nothing in Mississippi for them to do. They have to go either to other states or, overseas or whatever the case may be to continue their professionalism.
Now, what about you, all the above? I know that you've been coached. You've coached from different levels. Do you think, talent-wise, that there's definitely a need for basketball within the Mississippi area, especially at a younger age, for the female?
Absolutely.
So
Okay, there's more.
I know that's the reason why you do your camps. And I know
That's exactly why I do my camps. And I'm glad you brought that up. When I first got to Jackson and saw that there was no outlet for females to go further, and even males, I did want to give them what I had learned and being a player and even traveling. Um, and one thing I discussed with Mr. Hobson was that I feel like if this team is successful, which it will be, just based off of the conversations I've already had with agents and WNBA personnel, they may offer for us to do a WNBA franchise here. That's something that the WNBA is doing. They're trying to branch out. Shout out to them. They just got $75 million to extend. So if the Lady Lakers, or when the Lady Lakers are successful and he get that call and say, hey, would you like a WNBA franchise there? He probably gonna be like, hey, yeah, I want a WNBA franchise here.
let me stop you right there. You know you're gonna have to
It
change.
means happy yes. It means happy yes.
So when it happens, you know you're gonna have to change the name.
He gonna have to change the name. They're gonna definitely want him to change that name. So, and I think he would. That's something I think they would, be open to, especially with them trying to make sure things are organized and with money being involved. So, hey, there's always a starting point, and I think it's gonna work out.
Okay, with that, I know, like I said, that you want to get a franchise. Now, back when WNBA first started, I was a little, let's go back in 94, 93, 94. I wanted to see that. And so I'm not trying to give myself a pat on the back, so I don't know how much credit I should receive or if I receive any credit at all. I wrote a letter to the Chicago Bulls and said, why don't you start a women's basketball? That was just something that I was just young kid, just wanted to see what happened. And then once I saw it happen, I was like, oh, did they listen to me? And so if they listen to me, I'm like, what am I cooking? But
They owe you, huh?
yeah, just for the love of sports. Hey, I applaud them. And I think that they do deserve more attention than what they're receiving. And some people looking at the compensation was that they making 5 figures while the NBA is making 7, 8 figures. Well, not 8, 7 figures, just general salary. And which I say that they're not putting more attention, marketing wise, to
Right.
women's basketball, and I like how they put into the NBA. And I think that there's plenty of talent on the NBA on the WNBA.
WNBA. Yeah.
So the talent is there. It's just like I said, the support needs to be behind it, and as well as they just need to, the branding just need to be built bigger. So,
That's right.
Mr. Hopkins, so if you get a call from, I can't remember the young lady's name, the commissioner said, hey, we want to bring a franchise.
Miss Kathy.
So it's gonna be happy, yeah.
All that, yes, it will.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So well, like I said, now again, not trying to soak your religious belief in anything. The prayer said, no, pray and speak as if it has already been done. So we finna speak to citizens. What's today? January. I'm behind. February the 5th, 2022. And by my clock, it said it's 40 minutes after 11. What would you call the next WNBA team for the state of Mississippi? What's the name of it going to be? I know I'm putting you on the spot.
We need time to think.
Look at me, even I was like,
Time to
Like
think.
I said, we finna speak into this because I'm saying you hear the vision or the ideas from all the above, and I know that's
Right.
something that you aspire to do, to be the first one here because, like I said, this is history for
Very
the
much
first
so.
women's basketball team being this is history. So why not continue to make history?
that's
We
right.
need to add some more things in the history book. And guess what? This is Black History Month. So guess what? We're gonna make history again this
Yeah.
month. This is Black History Month. So what will you call it? Now I'm putting you on the spot. I told you.
We need something with a ring to it. Mississippi Magic. Something like that. Mississippi Magic.
See, I know you hear all that coming on the side. I know you got some ideas behind you and on the other side.
I'm just stuck on the Lakers.
They ain't gonna do it. I'm like trademark. Like, sir, you can't name the NBA team. You can't do it.
Well, I'm gonna say this now. I know that you are in construction. You have what's your company that you own?
Hopkins jump removal.
Okay, now so we give an option jump removal shout out. So now I know you that's dealing with a lot of construction now. If you pull up to a client or a job or site that something is stuck, what do you use to unstick? To get unstuck. I know if you, like I said, you use alcohol to get paint off your hand or paint thinner or paint remover or something.
What's stuck?
No, I'm saying so.
He said it depends on what's
glue
the.
is stuck on the concrete.
Okay.
Some glue got on it.
What would I use? Unstick.
I use your hands, baby, because that's what you always do.
My hands.
Well,
Good answer. I can't say it. Dog.
that's what we gonna call it, the Mississippi Lady Hand. But
No, that's a negative.
like it's just like
Um,
brainstorming.
we're brainstorming.
This is Ball on the Road with Bernard for the third. Presented to you by Baltimore Sports Management. We're here live at Forest High School talking with Mr. James Hobson of the Mississippi Lady Lakers and Coach Lisa all the above Thompson, along with the Lady Lakers as well. We're trying to brainstorm and go ahead and get our new name for our new WNBA team that we're speaking into existence to come down. So, what's next, Coach Thomas? Besides the workout, have you all finalized a coach yet? No, you have a candidate in mind, or you still looking?
We're still looking. I think that we're gonna finalize our coach after that second combine. Again, we have to see how the coaches operate, coaching the girls, and that's something we'll be looking at during the combine. So we see that, hey, they're pretty firm and what we're looking for, in a coach, then we'll be able to better decide from there. And I'm on the outside of that, I'm looking for a successful season. I am. I just started doing meal prep yesterday. Yeah, I just started back. I did some salmon and some broccoli. I'm trying to go ahead and prepare my body for the season because these months are going by pretty fast. And before we know it, April is going to be here. And I'm trying to dunk this season. So
Well, you you have some sports medicine there, or arthritis, or chiropractic, I don't want you to go up there and hurt yourself. Now, let's take a trip back in history. Remember that Sprite commercial with Grant
Right.
Hill. Grant Hill gonna get the Sprite, drink it, then he'll go dunk. Guys got it motivated, but I'm gonna drink me some Sprite and he get home. So
I'm drinking water and coffee. I'm good.
Mr. Oswald, what are we expecting up next? No, besides after the workout for the Lady Lakers, getting preparation for the kickoff of the season.
Really just preseason work, a couple of fundraisers, getting involved with the community, things of that nature.
Now, I'm gonna tell you, any coaches or any athletes that I interview on my show, like I said, I got my CDL license, so I'm finna throw them under the bus. Now, I know Coach All the Above, she has participated in the event as well. I'm hosting a benefit basketball game this summer, June 25th at Hillcrest Christian School on Southwood Road. It's called Coaching Cancer. It's a benefit basketball game that I'm fundraising money for a domestic violence organization, Butterflies by Grace, Designed by Faith. Is founded by one of my many mothers, and then the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Organization, because I had women, my aunts, and a close friend of mine diagnosed with breast cancer. One of my aunts passed from cancer. So this is my way of giving back to raise fund. And the participants of the games are former players, Danny Does, and All-American coaches and stuff.
Yeah.
I know I got Coach All the Above already signed up. Would you like to participate as well?
Well, I would love to. I would love to come support.
I ain't say support, I said
Oh, you got a goddamn play.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm
It's a sacrifice, James.
40 years old, and I know I got bad knees.
You gonna be in pain the day after, but go.
It's all entertainment. Like I said, she gonna try to dunk, so she drinking
All the time.
salmon but she eating salmon and croquette and broccoli and drinking water trying to dunk before the season. I'm gonna drink some water.
I have before. I gotta do it again. I did last time I dunked was in high school. No.
I guess I understand. But now it's a source of entertainment. Again, I know at the athletic mind we have individuals come back, they're gonna talk noise. I talk
Absolutely.
They won't even bust a grape sometimes. But it's just a thing about getting everybody excited about it.
That's
Yes, I'm gonna
right.
talk noise. I'm probably gonna shoot a few jumps trying to go and sit myself down. So it's just all a source of entertainment and it's a fundraiser. So
That's
I can
right.
definitely count on your support.
Definitely.
You want to come support too, Miss
I
Hodgson?
get out there and play.
Well, hey,
Oh.
you're more than that. That's how it's all a lot of fun. It's just a source of entertainment that we're bringing awareness for domestic violence as well as for breast cancer. Now, getting back to the Lakers, how involved will the Lakers be in the community? Involved in school, involved in young ladies, to better the young ladies. How would the Mississippi Lakers be involved in the community?
For one, inviting them to everything we have. At our first tryout, we had Chastain Middle School and Riley High School who came out because they wanted to see what it takes to get prepared for the next level. And I just want to give a shout out to the Chastain Middle School. They just won the championship the other night. And they're looking forward to being a part of more Lakers events. I heard from the coach that them coming to our tryout did impact them. It made them want to do more. So it's the small things like that and us inviting them and even going to where they are to speak and just keep them updated on everything that we do. That's what's going to make the difference in our community outreach with the middle school, the high school girls.
All right, so is it more just centered around female wise, or are you just looking to with you?
Males as well. But more females are probably going to be more impacted by it because that's normally the group that's left out. But we're definitely open to it with everyone.
What about you, Ms. Hobson? What is again? I'm picking your brain right now. What is something else that you want to see that the Mississippi Lady Lakers do in the community?
Just get out, visit various hospitals, visit the sick, shut-in, different churches. Just get out and just show our support for whatever going on in the community.
Would that be a requirement, or you just is more voluntary wise? Would you get on the old yellow bus or the yellow dog van and say, "Hey, we finna go do this"? No, I want to go, but no, this is something we're required to do. Are you all guys requiring them to be a part of the community, do community service?
It's a part of fulfilling the mission. Yeah. So if we're a part of our mission is to impact on and off the court, it will be required. I'm sorry.
Good job. In reference to the community service, as well as the Mississippi Lake Lakers, how has the city been supported? How has the county been supported by it?
Let's see, the city, you said the city and the county?
The city and the county, yes.
Actually, the city haven't really just reached out. That's where we're actually hoping that they will pretty soon. But by us being new and everything, I understand. So hopefully, eventually, they will.
What league are you guys playing in?
The WBDA.
Are they playing a major part in anything with helping set up the team here, or they're just more of we want you to be a part of it. Here's a little blueprint that we want you to make you have part because this is league requirements. Have they been a major support in it?
They're providing the platform. I think one thing that's a part of the owners and player manual is they're providing marketing and just any platform that we need to expose the team.
Are there any things that they're requiring saying, hey, you are part of the WBDA, this is bylaws that you all have to do different to what some of the things that you are trying to do?
Repeat that.
This is something in the WBDA bylaw says that, hey, this is what we want you to do. Is it still aligned with what you are, the vision that you all have? Are the bylaws aligned with what you guys are trying to do?
Yes, we follow up under that.
What are some of the teams that you guys be playing? Because I'm looking at the website.
Denver Dynasty. That's our favorite one. Can't wait to play them. Orlando Boom.
What's up with the Denver Dynasty?
Well, they just might be our rival. So
Was it something that y'all had beef? Y'all
no
had
beef.
family gathering or something?
No beef. They're just our favorite right now.
Oh,
It's just our favorite.
so I guess stay tuned and you'll find out more information.
That's right.
About that right.
Follow us. Game will be streamed. Follow us.
Outstanding. So definitely looking forward to Denver. Now traveling to Denver. Some people not familiar with the altitude of Denver.
Right.
Are you guys prepared for it mentally, as well as physically?
It'll be around springtime, I think. Whenever we do April, May, around summer times. I heard it's not that bad in Denver around that time. So I hope.
But that's something that you have to take care of, get them in good shape. You
Right.
can put a mask on, the breathable mask on, have them running up and down the court.
Oh, we need to.
Feel like Darth Vader on the court. All right, again, you listen to more on the road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by Baltimore Sports Spanish Smith. We're here live at Forest Hill High School at the 2020 JPS Men's Dad Summit, talking about gathering of dads, talking about mental health, financial wealth, as well as how to being a good role model for the youth. Not just only for the men. Actually, I saw a few females here as well coming to the Dad Summit.
Yeah.
I said, why the female-led Dad Summit? Again, sometimes not trying to say that the woman has to play dad in a single-parent household, but it's still good to learn from each other. How do I handle my male son and certain things, because of some things that a dad can't tell a female child. So it's still there to good support. So I applaud the women as well as the 100 Black Men and the administration of JPS are putting this together, as well as Forest Hill, Mr. Tor Hampton, for allowing us to use the facility to host this show as well as the event. So, Mr. Hampton, kudos to you. Now, I know he's a purple and gold guy too. He went to Alcorn. He went to the school down. He went to that school down, so I know he Alcorn. Now, Mr. Hopkins, now let me ask you. This young man sitting up here right here to my right. Now, I'm already the Lakers now with this purple and gold. Now he gonna come out and put this purple and gold all for it. Now I know sometimes everybody have a dysfunctional family sometimes. So, but we know we're gonna have those odds and ends in the family now. So I know you just looking at purple and gold right now. So you don't worry about what school it is. Okay, I got you.
Mr. Moore,
Yeah.
purple and gold are royal colors.
Yeah, you correct.
So I want you to think about that.
Now, you didn't hear exactly what I said. I said the colors are fine. I just said no, just what's along with the color that A and then the Lakers. So the colors are fine. Just I got no problem with purple and gold. Got no problem with just the association with this.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Before we close out, Mr. Hopkins, is there anything else that you want to close out and say before we get out of here?
Really just, we're just asking for all the fans and the community support, city and local officials, just, we're just asking for support.
Right. What about you, all the above?
Pretty much the same thing. Hey, Mississippi, I think this is a wonderful time for us to rise up. I want to give a shout out to Coach Prime for setting the tone for us to come together and show that we can support one another. And we're expecting the same thing for the Mississippi Lady Lakers semi-professional basketball team this season. We want everybody to come out. This is big. This is going to help our community grow. And I'm looking forward to having everyone out there.
Miss Backbone, Miss Hopkins, anything you want to say?
I just want to shout out my team right here. They have been beasts. I haven't gotten any sleep since first tryout. So I just want them to know they're appreciated.
Again, that's all about entrepreneurship. Sometimes, like the Jim said, hey, that's your baby. You gotta take care of your baby. You want nobody else to take care of you.
That's right.
But see, this is one of the things I did want to include as well. I'm glad that you keep mentioning family and the fact that, James also said that when we started in the meeting that it felt like family. So the tail can't do no more than what the head does. So if the head has a family-based spirit or energy, that is the same thing we're going to give to our team, the same thing we're going to give to our community, same thing we're going to give to our state, and the same thing we're going to give to our nation is to build a strong family and community.
Can I be a part of the family?
You got to close on that one right there, Bernard.
But,
JoJo, you got to come with something good now. Y'all who's in the good answer.
nothing else to say about that one. This again, that's the thing about family oriented. We're gonna have issues within the family, but again, as long as we stick with it,
That's right. Stick together.
Everything is definitely all right. So definitely stick with what's going on with the family. Again, I really appreciate Mr. Hobson as well as all the above and his family for joining me here at Forest High School at the 2022 JPS Dad Summit. We ready to get out of here because I got to go home and get something to eat right now and take my family. Again, I really appreciate. Thank you guys for joining us. If you want more information, you can find them on Facebook, facebook.com/Mississippi Lakers, or type in Mississippi Lady Lakers. You can find all the information on Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. So appreciate you joining. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys next Saturday.